What's up? This is Faizon Love, and you listen to The Bar.
Hi, and welcome to the Barn, live from the Barn Studio. This is the Mox, and I'm joined online right now with Faizon Love. How are you, man?
How's it going, man?
Doing really good. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're coming up on the holiday season. Obviously, Elf is such a Christmas classic for everyone. I'm a big Howard Stern fan, and I remember hearing Artie Lang, who played Santa Claus in the film, talk about this time of year and how Elf would be run all over the TV channels, and it was almost like a Christmas bonus check that he got every year. Did you have the same feeling?
Yes, it's a good time. It's a good time. Artie Lang is hilarious. Oh my God. He was, yes, we had a great time. I think was he coming out of rehab at the time?
I'm not sure. I know he's had some struggles and he's been pretty open about it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I would mention it because he was so funny on set because he was quiet, but he was like, "What's going on?" But he was very funny.
Yeah,
It was,
what do you remember about making that movie?
everything, just the best crew. John hired me on there because he wasn't. He I basically got to do that movie because oh my God, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank. I need to write notes. Um, what was Spielberg's first wife name? Well, it'll come to me. We were doing a table for a dinner for five, and John said he was doing a Christmas movie, and he would like to put me in there, but he can't because Black people don't be in Christmas movies. And I can't. I hate saying Spielberg's first wife, but she was there, and she said you should definitely put Faison in the movie. What do you mean? You should definitely put him in the movie. I would put him in the movie because there's not been Black people in Christmas movies. And a couple of weeks went by, and John called me and says, "Hey, I'm doing Elf. Um, I got um, God damn it, what's her name? The fuck is her name? Um, well, I'm talking about the comedian who they wanted to put in there.
Oh, Wanda Sykes?
Wanda Sykes. Damn it, yes, Wanda Sykes didn't want to do it for whatever reason. He says, "I can put you in. I'm gonna cast you as with her part because she's supposed to be a store manager." And so when you watch the movie, you see the badge. It says Wanda on it. So when I got there, it said Wanda. I guess her name was going to be Wanda. So I said, my name was going to be Wanda. So that's how I got in the movie. But it was Spielberg's first wife. Shit. She she pushed John to even think about it because John thought it was a taboo, and we had so much fun. I remember the first day meeting Will Ferrell on the set. Um, Very quiet. We went to go get in our costumes, and he came to my trailer. He's like, "Dude, is this the right thing?" And he had this stuff on, and I was like, Is he fucking with me?" I was like, yeah. If you play it just like that, it's gonna be ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. I was like, "It's fucking with me." And he played it just like that the whole time. And a lot of that stuff was one take stuff. And John gave me the freedom to just um I was like, "John, what do you want?" He says, "I'm not Faith. I have two cameras on you. Just And a lot of stuff was one take stuff and just playing off a wheel. And Zoe, she was so cool. That 6-inch stuff that was all made up. Only an asshole manager would tell them to do the 6-inch ribbon curls. All that was made up.
Well, did that character and sort of the way he handled himself? I lost you there.
Oh, Jesus. Okay,
I
hold on. Here
I can
we.
hear you. I just can't see you anymore.
Yeah, this damn phone bullshit. Uh, people keep. Uh, how do you go back? Jeez Louise. I bet you this never happened. Oh,
Well, you'd be surprised.
where do I even go back? It's Zoom.
Um, okay. Ask to start video. So it might send you a request. Did
Huh.
anything pop up?
No, let me go here.
There you
Okay,
are.
here we go. There we go. What the hell? Where were we?
Yeah, I'll just ask another one. Here we go. Yeah, so talking, you, it's pretty famously known that Will can sort of stay in character at times, and yeah, I think even some old Saturday Night Live stories, he really kind of pissed some of his coworkers and co-actors off. Did you have that experience with him?
No, it was just smooth. It was really smooth, and we worked. We worked really good together. Like I said, a lot of stuff was um like the part where he start when he loses his shit, he goes Santa, Santa, and I had lines there, but me saying the lines would ruin the moment. So I kind of used the other elf, the little black elf, to bounce, say my lines like, "Look at this motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to, because it was so, he was screaming in my ear and it was hilarious. And I break all the time. I try to, I break all the time. So I use the elf to stay focused. Yeah.
I know
Uh,
we got something in common. We're both girl dads. You're a girl dad, right?
yes.
And how old's your daughter?
5.
5. So have you got to experience the movie? Do you ever watch it with her? Is that something that
No, you know what's so funny? She found out I was an actor. One day her mom, she was watching the movie, just watching the movie. She's probably about 3 then. And she was just watching the movie, and her mom just filmed her because her mom knew I was about to come on. And she looked. I actually had this on film. Her mom, she's looking, and she goes, "Daddy." And she looked at her mom like, "Is that Daddy? Is that Daddy?" Yeah, right. And I have that moment. So
Oh, that's so
that's when
cool.
she found out I was an actor. Well, Daddy's on TV, but I'm not more famous than Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
that's
That's cool that that she sees you on TV. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. There's dad, I guess. I guess dad's on TV.
yeah, like yeah. What is that? How does that happen?
Hey, kind of switching gears here. I know you know, stand-up comedy was kind of how you got into entertainment, if I'm not wrong. And I know you still do a lot of dates. Is stand-up comedy really your first true love?
Yes, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yes, I started stand-up when I was 15, really 14, turning 15. Yeah, so in San Diego, watching the greats, Bill Cosby. Back then it was Freddie Prince, and I was like, damn, Freddie Prince is um, he was amazing, and then Bill Cosby. Then I stole a bunch of Richard Pryor albums from my father and was like, oh. And then Eddie Murphy came along, and then I started studying like Tim Conway. I just love Tim Conway. Man, there was so many good influences back then. But yeah, Tim Conway, and it's kind of how I got into acting. Then I saw Eddie Murphy act, then Gregory Hines and Ernie Hudson with Tim. I would watch the Carol Burnett show, and Tim Conway would have me in stitches, him trying not to laugh, and him cracking everybody up. But yeah, Tim Conway and then Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor was like, I remember just listening to this Richard Pryor album Wanted every day and crying. Like me and my buddy Earl, we would like, oh, then we go to school and recite it. Red Fox was, I didn't know Red Fox was a comedian back then. I just thought he was just amazing. It was so many good influences back then. Uh, yeah, but yeah, stand up comedy is how I actually started.
Yeah, and
Trying to get
we're
like
from
Freddie Prince.
we're from the St. Louis area, so Red Fox is obviously from St. Louis, and he means a lot to us in this community.
It means a lot to everybody, man. Trust me, saying Red Fox is. Oh man, oh my God, Taint. He- I remember buying this his album "Wash Your Ass" just 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 for the album, just for the cover, um, and taking it to school and like, what is that? Oh, it's Red Fox,
Yeah,
and never listening to it, just the cover alone. Wash your ass.
I don't really like to rank things, but to me, I think Richard Pryor is the greatest stand-up comedian of all time.
He's definitely he's. I mean, it's so funny because I definitely agree with you. But then there's Bill Cosby, who Richard Pryor was emulating.
Yeah, true.
So it's like a trickle down effect because Bill Cosby, his Jonathan Winters was his guy. Did you know that?
Yeah, and then it goes to Eddie, right? Goes from Richard Pryor to Eddie, and
Yes,
that was
yes.
that was
So
gonna
it's
be my
like it makes sense.
yeah, and that was gonna be my follow-up question. Is like to me, Richard Pryor is the greatest of all time, but there was no hotter and just more on fire comedian than Eddie Murphy with Raw and Delirious in that time frame. I mean, you don't get much better than that.
That's why I was telling these comedians they want to do 19 specials. If you do it right, you only need two. Every week they have a special. Like, what the fuck are you saying special? Eddie Murphy did it in two. Bill Cosby did it in one. Um, Richard Pryor kind of did it in two too. He kind of created that whole genre, you know?
Yeah, and I think about Martin Lawrence too. I don't think he had a whole lot, but like
No, he had two.
Run Tell Dat was so good, so
Oh
good.
yeah, Martin's definitely one of the best. It's definitely one of the best. It's hard to rank comedians because it's subjective. But I know who I learned from, and I definitely learned from Martin because we all came up together, and I would peek. You got to learn from everybody, all the best, good habits, bad habits. Um, and Martin was definitely because he was a friend too. Um, Robin Harris. Um, No Fear came from Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac had no fear, and
Yeah.
he was so he was so. Bernie
Uh,
Mac was like Confucius,
yeah.
um, and he um, he would just give me gems. The world don't owe you; you owe the world. All of them stuck in my head.
Just got a couple more for you, Faizon. I can't let you get out of here without asking about Friday and Big Worm and the role with that. It's been pretty public knowledge that uh, that you guys really didn't get compensated for what the movie made, and maybe that was some front end deals or whatever the case might be. But it sounds like you're okay with it. Did you guys know it was going to be this cultural and phenomenal hit?
No, we were just, I was on probation, had to keep a job, and I was telling people I was an actor, and they was like, "Yeah, right." And it was perfect for me, as long as I had that. Hey, I'm working, I'm trying, and it's kind of, look, I don't know what other actors get paid back then, but it was pretty much standard. Uh, there wasn't any really big paydays back then. I mean, um, the best they probably was going to do was 50 grand, if not the 5 grand, which is would have been cool. But just the working of it and being a part of it, you think about it now, yeah, it sounds minimal because of what we went through, but now we're back at that. Um, and The first one wasn't bad at all. It's the second one when they came to me with the second one was like they wanted to give me $10 more. It was gonna give me $10 more. I mean, basically, the first one was 2,500. They're gonna give me 3,500 for the. I was like, what? That's where the insult came in. Like, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, I think not.
It sounds like you've come to, you're okay with it now. If the old heads would get back together and everybody that was involved in the first one would want to do another one, would you be open to it?
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna have some money, I'm not gonna do it for free. I'm not gonna do it for 7,500. I'm
Right.
like, it's got to be some money involved. I don't think there would be any money involved. And my
And you,
character is only on screen for 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
what was the shooting like? Was it just a day of shooting or a few hours?
2 days, 3 days. It was only 3 days because they added a day because they wanted to do that cabinet scene, which I hated. I was like, cute. But I was wrong. People like that scene.
Yeah.
But it was like 2, 3. It was a rehearsals. It's like about a week of shooting, and it was cash. It was all, Gary Gray was on his. He was on. Gary Gray would fire me and Chris. I think one time he tried to fire Ice Cube. we was we had fun on the set. I mean, it was a bunch of young motherfuckers gotten together, working in Hollywood, everybody respected each other, and everybody was, we didn't know. I remember the first time me and Chris Tucker saw this movie. It was me, Chris Tucker, Jeru Tillman, Ice Cube, and the movie ended, and we was like, and I remember hearing Ice Cube said, "I would have directed this differently." I was like, what? He was like, what the fuck did we just watch? We didn't know.
Really?
No. Fuck no. An actor never knows. That's why I very seldom go to a premiere because that's where you hear all the bullshit. Hey, oh, blah, 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 blah. But it's when the movie hits the theater, that's when you know. You know it immediately. Every project that I would wait, I wouldn't even go to the theater. You would just hear a buzz, the phone would ring. Um, your friends that you did not know and talked to in years. Yo, I just came out of the movie Friday. What the yo? It's like, oh, okay, great. Then there's the mall test. You stop doing the mall test. You go to the mall the week after the movie's already been, and you for the whole month, really, you just go to the mall on Saturday, and you just, back then we were, pussy hawks. So what? So we would. Can you say that on there?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
we were go to the mall and people would give you food and women would, hey, let's dates and you okay, this movie is doing way. I would tell you when I knew, I was like, this is crazy. I was shooting a movie in South Africa and we're shooting in the bush. It's about 107 million degrees. I'm sitting under a tarp, looking at the monitor, and I see this man walking. All he has is a stick and like this thing over his, uh, poncho, whatever it was, and he has no shoes on. I'm like, what? We're in the desert. It's hot as fuck. He has a stick in his poncho, and he's curious as to what's going on. So I was like, hey man, y'all, why don't y'all give him some water or something? So somebody gave him some water and he asked could he come closer. I said, yeah, come on. And he got to me and he says, big one. And I fucked my head up. I was like, where is this motherfucker? In the desert, in the fucking bush. He has no shoes on. And he looks at me and says, big one. And I says, nah, fuck no. Fuck no. And that's when I was like, this was in 99, 2000. Um, I was like, okay, this movie is officially a classic. If he knows, I remember him leaving there with waters and some shoes. I might have ordered give him some shoes. That it just made my fucking year really actually because I was like, wow, that was interesting.
When you go to the mall or you go to the grocery store, what are you most recognized as? Is it the elf
And
character? Is it Friday?
I don't, but if I go to the, yeah, I stopped going because of that because it's like you have to take pictures. There is no. You have to take pictures and show that gratitude. I can't say no, but it's everything. It depends on who it is. It's hey, you're from Blue Crush. Oh my God, you're from Replacements. It's everything. If you're in the hood, it's gonna be Friday. It's definitely gonna be Friday. But because Elf, it's people in Elf don't know I'm the guy from Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, wow, that's pretty good. That's you know I got one request from a 13-year-old who was watching Bebe Kids, and I was like, how would you know Bebe Kids? You're only 13. He's like, my mother made me watch it. And I was like, that's damn. That was 92. Your mother made me. I was like, wow. So I signed his DVD cover. So it really depends on, but yeah, it's not like it's definitely there's Big One is definitely a favorite, but Elf was a really big movie. So you have Elf was on Broadway,
Yeah. Wow.
and my character was on Broadway as one of dancing on "Come to the Den," and
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
You talk about working with Chris Tucker, a movie that I think is underrated. It was so funny. And I know your role is really small, but it's a
Oh
hilarious
no,
road.
no, you talking about
Money Talks.
Oh my god, we had so much fun doing that.
That movie is so funny, man. And I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't get the credit it deserves.
It does because people come up to me with Brett Ratner. That was his first movie. Chris had fired the other director and hired Brett. And Brett was so honest. Brett would set up a shot and go, "Is that right?" I'm like, "Yeah, it looks good to me." I'm like, "It looks good to me." Um, and we shot that shot one take one way probably 75 times before we got a straight one out loud. We was laughing so hard.
I imagine.
I mean, when I would break and Chris would break, then Brett would break. It was like, fuck, we almost had one. We had to go to lunch, come back. Still, it was still funny because we would do little stuff afterwards just to push it. Like taking off the shirt. I was like, every nudge was to make Chris break or make some break. So like, what? They put your hands on you? They put hands on you? All that stuff. It was all from the top.
Yeah, it's just such a subtle progression of yeah, your shirt comes off and then you put your arm around and then was it like this or was it like that? It's just
Was
man.
like this? Was it? How was it? And me, because the Brett was like, "Look, we got to shoot. We need to shoot the scene," and they wanted to have this big dude named Bear, rest in peace, chase Chris around the um, cell. And Chris like, "Nah, I don't see that." So Chris calls me to the set, and he go, what can we do? Because that's how we would approach everything. I said, I don't know. Let's go to the office. Office means let's smoke a joint. He started smoking a joint. I said, and Chris hates when just personally hates you when like I always would pop him in the forehead or something like that, and he stop, man. He's like my little brother, so I'm always fucking with him.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I said, look, I said, check this out. And I said, tell me a story how you got put in jail. He said, I was riding down the street and I put my hand on his knees. I put his hand on his knee. I said, what? He said, man, stop. He said, Brett, we got it. This, we got it. Yeah, that's how that happened.
So that wasn't in the original script?
Hell no.
Oh, funny.
Hell no. We made that shit up in the trailer after going to the office.
Funny.
Yeah.
Hey, we got one more for you. My sister would kick my butt if I did not mention her favorite movie of all time. She can quote it word for word. Couples Retreat. Absolutely hilarious movie. Again, working with John
John
Favreau.
Favreau, yeah.
Yeah.
Wrote that for me. John wrote my first movie. First movie ever written for me was Made. Like written for me. And it was supposed to be John, Vince, me, and Chris. And Chris wasn't familiar with them. And he was going back to he was getting ready to do another Rush Hour. So I said, Chris, I'm telling you, this is going to be phenomenal. Man, I don't know him, man. I don't know. I had to convince Chris to do Rush Hour, believe it or not. um, um, so I'm trying to convince him to do Made because this is John's directorial debut, and he wrote it. He wrote it for me, and he did the same thing with. I mean, he's been. We met on Replacements, and I was talking so much shit while we were playing football. He was like, "Ooh." I mean, he knew he was a big worm, but he's like, "You're really like this?" I was talking shit to like the football players there because I played football, and I was like, "You sorry motherfuckers," and they would try to bang me up, right? And I give it right back to them. it was my stand-in got hurt. My stunt guy got hurt. And I said, fuck it, I'll do it. Shit. These motherfuckers are soft anyway. And they got me on one good play, they got me good. I was slipping. Blah. It's like, you okay? You okay? Okay, we just fucking around. I was like, I want my double back, double back, double. I want my double back. Yeah, yeah, a couple. That's how couples retreat came to fruition. John and John and Vince and Jason fucking Bateman, who's amazing. Um, we were all at the beach, having a beach, and so John Vince was like, "Man, it'd be cool if we all did a movie together." And I said, "Oh yeah, yeah, that would be dope." And then John was like, "Oh yeah." At first, we were supposed to go to Hawaii and some kind of, then we ended up in Vince found Bora Bora. But yeah, that was John Penn. That um, I like the way he writes me because he doesn't write me as "here come the black dude."
Yeah, yeah.
Because I would never, I'm like, I didn't play I never played the black dude. I played the character, the flaws of the character in the, you know, in the piece. I never play. Everybody knows I'm black, Cubano. You don't have to play that. You know.
Absolutely. You care to give my sister Sonia a shout out? Like I said, it's her favorite movie of all time.
What's her name?
Sonia.
What's up, Sonya? I'm on you.
Thanks
Welcome
so
to the
much.
barn, y'all.
Thanks so much, man. Really enjoyed this conversation. And thanks for giving us all your time tonight.
Man, I'm so sorry about all the ippity ips and zippity zips, man. Next time we do it, it's gonna be, because I thought it was a audio.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we sprung the video on you. Next time you come to St. Louis and do some stand up, let's connect.
Oh, I love St. Louis, man. I love it. Go to the Helium there.
Yeah. Good comedy club, right? You like the Heliums in the other cities as well?
Yeah, I do actually. I do. I like Mark Grossman. He's pretty cool, man. He's a good guy. But I love the Heliums. It's in that mall there. Have great shows there. Um,
I think
uh,
did you just play Kansas City maybe not too long ago?
no, not Kansas City. No, we had some problems with that place.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Southern.
Hey. Ah, but I love Kansas City though.
Yeah.
Oh my God, such a great city. Oh,
Is that the best barbecue you think?
hi, Gates is woo. Gates is up there, baby. Gates. Oh, because whenever I go there, they always bring me a plate, and and I know the family. The family are they're amazing. But Gates is up there. There, yeah. It's like when I would go to Kansas City, it was like going to another home.
Oh wow.
It was never like, hey, who are these people? People would, um, oh, I love it. I remember one time I went, and my second time I went there, it was in the ice storm, which I'd never been in, and it was so cold. It was the day after Christmas, and I had canceled before because I was shooting a movie, and I was like, I can't, I'm not gonna leave the movie and go there. I was lazy, so I said, listen, if we rebook it, I'm coming. And they said, the only day we have is the 26th, 27th, and 28th. And it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I said, okay, I'm coming. So I left my family. I was married then, and went to Kansas City, and it was an ice storm. And all right, and the guy who I brought was the feature was Ellis. Um, he was so damn cold. He's like, man, why'd you come here? This, what? And they said it's an ice storm. I said, oh, okay, well, I guess we're going to cancel the show. He said, no, the show is sold out.
Oh wow.
I said, well, how are we going to get there in the ice storm? Oh, just be careful. It was like nothing. All shows were sold out
Wow.
in the ice storm.
They must love you there.
Oh, it was great. But, the comedy club and I had differences.
Save that for another time. Talking about Gates, though. When you order at Gates, you can't be timid, right? Like you got to go in there and know what
They
you.
bring a plate of Gates to the show.
Yeah. You.
I
I
don't
need.
even have to order anything. There's a gate, there's a plate. I don't tell them when I'm coming. When I get to the room, it's a plate of every gate meat of everything.
Oh, you don't even request it. They just know.
No, it's there.
Damn.
And I know all the gates. I know all. They come to the show, I make sure they have good seats, and we have a great time.
That's awesome, man. Much love, man. Have a good and safe holidays and enjoy it with that 5-year-old daughter of yours.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks so much, man.
All right, buddy.